Hi guys, now we're going to take our outline to an essay. So we're going to first find Final Gothic Essay. Click on that puppy, open it up, and here we are. First thing we're going to do is make sure that we put in our, basics. So we're going to put in our last name, not mine, yours. Then we're going to put in your name. Awesome. We're going to put in our title. And mine, of course, is Coraline, a modern Gothic masterpiece. Now, I'm going to make sure that I italicize that puppy. There we go. Now, here we go into our words. So the best way to do this is split screen. You grab one and you go over here. You grab the other one that wants to fill the other side, which is going to be my awesome, beautiful, wonderful, hey, go away, outline. Now, it's super easy, my beloveds. I'm going to zoom out a bit so I can see everything at once. Now, remember, I already know that there are mistakes in here. We left them in here so that we can work on them when we do our editing. So first things first, I'm going to grab all of my introduction paragraph. I'm going to go over to the word words, select that, paste without formatting. That's going to make your life so much easier later on. Then we hit enter and then tab. We do not leave extra spaces between paragraphs when we are doing this. Now, again, we're going to go copy for our T sentence, paste without formatting. Grab our R, copy, paste without formatting. Grab our E, making sure to grab that citation. We're going to copy, we're going to paste without formatting. Now, remember, if your sentences are shorter than mine, that's fine. Also, remember, you need a space between the period and the next sentence. Now, I'm going to go grab this, all my analysis, and we're going to copy. And notice that I'm pasting it right after without making it blocky, without making it a list, right after the last sentence. Now, sorry. Paste without formatting. Now, I already see that my red lines are coming up, but don't worry because I know you don't get those all the time. We're going to show you how to make sure you always do. Now, I'm going to take a break for just a second and do the rest of the paragraphs. Each treat is its own paragraph. You'll see body paragraph 2. That means, okay, that's my next paragraph. Now, give me 1 second while I do all the paragraphs real quick. Okay, so I just finished copying over everything, including my very last paragraph, which is my conclusion. Remember, this is a very short paragraph, so don't worry. Now, if we look over here, we have our beautiful, wonderful piece. And notice that it's about 2 pages long. If yours is longer, that's okay. If it's too much shorter, you might have gone wrong somewhere. But again, something is better than nothing. We remember, the enemy of good is perfect. We don't need to do that to ourselves. We're still learning. We don't need to worry about, oh my goodness gracious, mine isn't as long as Miss Bar's. We're all good. So let us begin with our checklist, okay? We first and foremost need to put this thing through Grammarly. So because we're us, we are not allowed to have the Grammarly extension. Now, what we're going to do is put in Grammarly, and I'm not joking it, just hit try now. Hit enter. You're going to find a demo right here. And this demo allows you to just copy paste in. Now, if I were you, to make your life so much easier, I would not include any of this because it's not going to recognize your surname as actual text unless your last name is Gardner or something like that. We're going to copy and we're going to paste in. We're going to get rid of this type whatever you want. We're going to give it a second to populate, okay? Now, we already hit off on there's a bunch of issues. So we're going to add the comma. We're going to be isolating the house being filled with. No, I like being filled with. That gives me a voice. I can ignore that. So I'm going to trash it. Okay, the creator's choice to wash out all color adds to the, oh, wait a minute. Yep, to the. Now, while core lines, bleak setting, they want me to change it to core line. I messed up there. I did not need that apostrophe. Her own dimension. Now, her dimension. You know what? I like that. It actually gives me my voice. I'm going to get rid of it. Button eyes that have evil intentions towards Caroline. No. She is a supernatural creature with button eyes that have. No. They're seeing eyes, button eyes, as an actual, like the actual verb agreement there. And I don't need that. So what I noticed is I forgot a comma. And that was what was causing the problem. Mirror needs a comma. Awesome. Make fabulous. Now they're like, oh, you have 43 other mistakes. I'm like, no, I don't think so. You can go premium if you want. I don't think it's necessary. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to copy all this puppy. Go back. Paste it. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to notice a couple of things. I know that every sentence needs to begin with a capital letter, and it definitely needs to end with a piece of punctuation. So I'm going to actually go through this and go, okay, where is my problem with punctuation? Oh, this very last sentence, I didn't even put a period on. I'm going to have to put a period on there. And it's really funny because it didn't pick it up. These things are not foolproof in any way, shape, or form. So we're definitely going to have to make sure that we go through tools and actually go through a proper spelling and grammar check just to make sure. And notice that it already hit off on something that it wasn't showing me. And I need to accept that. Okay. Nope. I'm going to ignore that one. Ignore that one. Ignore that one. Ignore that one. There we go. They wanted it to be Beldams as if it was just her name. Her name isn't Beldam. Her name is not even given. It's the other mother. But she is a Beldam. So since it's a classification and not a proper name, we want that on there. So, okay, so good. I'm done. No. Now we're going to go over and we're going to go to Paper Raider. Paper Raider free online proofreader. We know we love this. Now, remember, we already talked about there's a lot of stuff here that, trying to trick you in order to do stuff. So we want to use now for free. We want to go down and we'll already see the text thing. So we're going to grab over here. We're going to grab our text again because now we have even more corrections on here. Copy. We're going to go over to our paper checker. We're going to hit paste. And we're going to say that we are in the 10th grade. And we're going to say that we are writing an essay. Okay, we are going to skip the plagiarism detector. You can do it, but it's going to take forever, just so you know. Now, I have read the terms of use and get report. The terms of use actually say that you know that this is not a real grade and that you can't sue them when your grade that you get doesn't match the grade they gave you. Please remember that these can only look for sentence structure. They cannot look for content. And of course, we grade heavily on your content. So then we have all of these beautiful, wonderful things that we can go through, make alterations if we choose. My spelling, they've got this as a problem. They want me to capitalize all of Gothic. Oh man, okay, I need to capitalize all of Gothic. So I'm going to go over here. Sorry, they moved my title, so I'm going to recenter that puppy. So we're going to do the Control F. Okay, we're going to go Gothic. And now I know I have to capitalize each one of these puppies. So I'm going to go in and capitalize each one of these guys. I left a lot of them. I should have only left like one or two. Now, with that being said, we're going to go through. It already highlighted all of them for me, so I can go change them. Now, you have to make the corrections here. Making the corrections over on the other site, sometimes they don't carry over. Sometimes there's problems with that. So we want to make sure that we go through and we use our own judgment and we understand that the corrections are not always going to be correct. We're going to have issues with sometimes your voice is a little different than theirs. Sometimes you want to add a little bit of flair, and sometimes they don't understand, again, because they can't grade for content, that you mean a classification and not a character name. So there we got it. We're going to exit out of that and go back to our proofreader. So we've got that. There's literally trying to change Coraline into something different. We don't need to do that. And then, of course, it's picking up on other people's names and saying, hey, those names aren't real words, which we already know. We already know that they are surnames. We don't need to do that. Grammar, they'll give you little changes in grammar that you want to make. Most of these, while I take a look at them, are already ones that we denied and we don't want to do. And then it tells you bad phrase score. 2.2 lower is the better. So we're good. We did a good job. I'm like, style, they're like, usage of transitional phrases is below average. That's because we did very simple transition phases. If you remember that, remember, if you can write better, write better. Now, here we go. Grade. I got a B. I had 81%. Okay. That's perfectly fine. This was a decent paper. I'll take that. And then we're going to go back to our Gothic essay. Now, our Gothic essay looks like it is beautiful, fabulous, wonderful. And then we got one little bitty problem. Now, what's our bitty problem? Our bitty problem is the fact that we don't have a works cited page, but we have sites that are we have citations. So we actually do have to do a very small works cited page. We go down, enter justify, works cited, enter, and we're going to go back to left justification. Now here's where things get funky. We're going to take this cursor, move it a ½ inch, pick up the slider on top, and put it back at 0. Okay? We know that we cited the movie Coraline. So if we go to Citation Machine, we're going to go MLA. We are on film, so we're definitely doing a film. We can use Coraline or any movie that you do. We hit search. Here it is. We know it's Selleck. We know it's photo, and so we're going to cite this puppy. Complete the citation. And there it is. We are just going to copy citation. We don't want them to check the paper. We can if you want to, but you don't have to. Not on this one. And then we are going to paste without formatting. There we go. I've written my citation. And happiness and love, I'm all ready to go. Now, all you have to do, my beloved one, is turn around and for, kicks and giggles, make sure you hit that turn in button, because midnight tonight, I'm going to grade everyone's who isn't turned in first. So make sure you hit that turn in button. Get yourself the point for actually turning it in. Have a wonderful day. You know I adore you. Be good.